I need you to bring out your imagination. Everybody got their imagination?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to imagine that you have a magic time machine. Okay? Get in that time machine, set it for 118 years ago in 1908. So in April 1908, you would have been standing on the bottom of the riverbed, right where you're at right now. It was a day kind of like today, probably a little bit cooler. The radio said that there was a chance of rain. That's all you had because there wasn't any TV or internet or streaming. There wasn't even really any cars. So still horse and buggy days. And it's pretty nice. But where you're standing, the water all of a sudden is getting higher and higher and higher. And upstream, we hear this really loud noise. Sounds like a freight train. It's getting louder and louder. Uh-oh, it might be a flush flood. You get on the riverbanks, quick.
Yep.
You make it to the riverbank?
Nope.
No? Oh, that's too bad because you're gone. Because in April 17th, 1908, we had a flash flood that was about 27 feet high, 100 feet wide, had the force of about 100 freight trains. It came through here so fast that it stripped off the level of limestone where you're standing here to reveal these tracks. Okay? As you can imagine, it took a while for the water to go down. And also, this is a little bitty community. Upstream about 3 miles, we had Atlanta Mills, had 100 people. Glenrose had about 1,000 people. In 1909, somebody found the tracks. His name was Bull Adams. He was 9 years old. He was going swimming. And he found these tracks that looked like, oh, there's a glare here, like these little three-toe tracks. And he thought they were turkey tracks, giant turkey tracks. He didn't know. So he went to his principal, who identified them correctly as dinosaur tracks. And then another one named Charlie Moss was looking for a place to put his still, and he found these big round ones. And he thought they were elephant tracks. Okay, so get back in your time machine. Now we're going to go back 113 million years.
Wow.
113 million years ago. Do you think it looked like it does today?
No.
No. We were in an inland sea and a beach, okay? The inland sea went almost all the way up to Canada. You know, some of the mountains were standing up out of the water, but most of it was just this beach. And it wasn't a nice sandy beach. It had this limey mud that was just perfect for preserving dinosaur footprints. Usually you step in the mud, you know, you come out, it's just not much there. But this kept the imprint of the tracks. Shortly after that, another flood brought in some more clay, filled in the tracks, and there was limestone over that. That built up over time. You can see how high the limestone walls are. That's how much limestone was deposited over 113 million years. But the Paluxy River eroded this over time. So we're standing here where you're at now, right now, and it's a nice day. It's very warm, it's very humid. You don't see a whole lot of flowers around because flowering plants really hadn't developed yet. You see a bunch of ferny trees, okay? And all of a sudden, you start hearing this thunder, it sounds like. Boom, boom, boom. And then you see this huge lizard come up. This one, it's a Texas state dinosaur, Sauroposeidon. It's at 60 foot tall. It was 100 foot long from head to tail. It took steps that were about 10 foot apart. It weighed 35,000 pounds, the same as 6 elephants. Look at that little mouse. What do you think he ate?
Plants.
Plants, right. He was so tall, just like a giraffe, he could eat the leaves off the tops of the trees. So he was a vegetarian, okay? So he made these big tracks like this. And he weighed so much that his feet went down about 2 foot into the mud. So he had something called direct register, which means that when he took a step with his front foot, he followed it up with his rear foot exactly where his front foot was. So it's rare to see a front footprint. Most of them are back footprints because it squashes the front footprint. This is a front footprint right here. It's really rare, but probably something distracted him. He turned, took a step, and then he went back to what he was doing. All right. Y'all see any other kind of prints in here? Yeah. See these three-toed ones? Okay. A three-toed dinosaur is a theropod. It means it walks on its tiptoes. And the name of this theropod was Acrocanthosaurus. Look at those teeth. What do you think it ate? Meat, yeah. It wasn't big enough really to hunt Sauroposeidon because it's 4 times as big, but it may have gone after Sauroposeidon's babies. But mainly it ate whatever it could find, fish, little animals, and stuff like that. So this is the distant cousin of Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex didn't come around until about 69, 70 million years ago. And of course the dinosaurs were wiped out 66 million years ago when we had a big meteorite or something, comet, hit down the Gulf of Mexico. So this fellow stood about 15 feet high at the shoulder, and he was about 30 foot long from tip to tail. And he took steps that were about 5 feet apart. So you can see left foot, right foot, left foot, and they're going in different directions. In fact, there were 2 important things about these tracks that were not known before they found these tracks. One was that dinosaurs were social. They ran in herds, so they took care of their young. The second was they thought that Sauroposeidon was so big that it couldn't hold its weight up on land, that it was just swimming around in the ocean. But because of the depths of the footprints, they knew it was walking on land. Okay? All right, get back in your time machine. All right, let's go back 113 million years to 1909. They discovered the tracks. This is a very poor area. About all you could do is brew moonshine and cut cedar post. So some people started cutting up the tracks out of the bottom of the river and selling them. And you could get about $2,000 in today's money for those. You could feed your family quite well. Remember, this is just before the Depression, and they didn't have anything here. It was so profitable, a lot of people made fakes. They'd pick a piece of limestone and they'd carve it in with a chisel. These fakes got distributed all around the country. In 1938, there was a dinosaur hunter, a paleontologist named R.T. Bird, that saw one of these fakes in Gallup, New Mexico. He knew it was a fake, but it was such an accurate fake, he knew it had to be copied after the original, so he traced it back to Glenrose. And here he found all these tracks. He was so impressed that he got a government project to take 3 years. He dammed up the Biloxi River and he cut out 40 foot of tracks and shipped them to the Museum of Natural History in New York, where they remain today. So if you go to New York, you can see them. You can also see them in some in Austin. There's different ones scattered around. In New York, I think they have some dinosaur skeletons looking like they're walking in there. So people finally realized the tracks were worth a whole lot more being in the ground than they were selling them. So they wanted to protect them. So in 1968, the state acquired the land from a farmer in 1968. And then in 1972, it opened to the public.